we just saw Bird Box, which is a Netflix original movie starring Sandra Bullock. John Malkovich is also in it. It is a horror thriller movie, which we got all kinds of Facebook advertisements for and online advertisements, and so we said, well, let's watch it. I'm not a huge horror fan, but some of our kids like it. And so.
Can we say what the premise of the movie is?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You want to explain the premise?
The premise is that there's some sort of a creature out there that when people see it, they immediately commit suicide. So the characters in the movie have to avoid seeing the creatures at all times. They're fleeing and they have to travel with children while blindfolded. So that is...
Just a flashback.
Yeah, it's told in a non-linear narrative, and so you see flashbacks going on that explains what happened before.
Flashbacks are about half the movie.
Flashbacks are about half the movie. The main characters are trying to survive, which is really the whole point of the story, and then you're always in suspense about what's going to happen next to these main characters, and there's a group of characters that you follow, Sandra Bullock being the main person, and then later on you find out what's going on with her family, and it occurs over several years, not just several days, as is the case with A Quiet Place. Again, it's on Netflix. It is a rated R movie, so and there is plenty of reasons why it's rated R. Again, we thought it was appropriate enough for our children to watch it, but that's definitely not the case for all people. But we wanted to share our thoughts as a family on what we thought about Bird Box with everybody. So the first question is, as usual, did you like Bird Box, and why or why not? Brian?
I thought it was a phenomenal movie.
Rachel?
I said yes, it was really good, and I was still kind of scared afterwards, like even to open doors and stuff. It wasn't the general kind of horror movie that you might think of, but it still scared me and left me feeling weird.
There.
I thought it was good. Very good. We were drawn to it because we had watched A Quiet Place, and we enjoyed A Quiet Place, and there were similarities. A lot of people have drawn parallels between this and A Quiet Place. This is, you can't look at the creatures. That's why we were interested in it, and I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was probably the best horror movie that I've seen. I've seen several of them over the past couple of months, so it's probably the best one that I've seen. I really enjoyed the movie.
And I do not like horror movies. I've only seen a couple horror movies, and I did see A Quiet Place. I thought it was good, but also I like Bird Box better. I thought it was much more of a thriller. There was obviously scare moments and things that were scary in it, and even afterwards I was definitely still intense. There was a lot of intensity in this movie, and so I thought it was really good for that way. That way I really didn't know what was going to happen, really even until the very end. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and again, not going into spoilers, but it kept me on the edge of my seat, and not in a way that I thought it was some slasher. It was not a slasher flick. It was really more of an intense thriller with some horror in it, I thought. So what did you like best about it?
The suspense.
Yeah,
Everything.
Suspense was good, definitely. I liked the theme change. There's always some sort of conflict that definitely lasts for a long time, but the thing I liked most of all was the casting and performance. I just thought the performance by the actual cast was amazing, just in that sense.
I think pretty much everything was good about it. One of the characters was really funny. There was always the music playing in the background, so you're kind of always scared, and everything was good.
Yeah.
What I like best?
Yeah,
The suspense. It kept me on the edge of my seat.
Tom?
Yeah. I like the suspense. That was the best part of the movie, was the suspense, and how you don't really know, like, if anyone's gonna die at any point. You're not really sure.
Yeah, I thought it was really suspenseful. I really enjoyed that part. I thought the comparisons to A Quiet Place were true, but it was done in a very different way. I thought that Quiet Place did it in a certain way, and that the Bird Box did it in a different way that I thought was equally as good. So that I enjoyed that. Do you think people of your own age are allowed to watch rated R movies, horror movies, which again might not be everybody, and I understand that. But would they like? Do you think they would like the movie if they're allowed to watch things that are scary and R?
Yes, I think they would. And the ones I can think of that wouldn't like it are ones that wouldn't be allowed to watch it in the first place. So I think I really liked it, so I think other people would like it too, unless they hate horror movies and anything like this.
Right.
What I would say is it's not very graphic. There are some dead bodies and blood pools. But would they like to watch it? Would they enjoy watching it?
Yeah.
I think if anyone's seen A Quiet Place, if they like that, they would like this, definitely. It's not your typical horror thriller. There's no real movie to compare this to. Yeah, but I say it's fun. If they do not like scary movies, I wouldn't say this is something to suggest. But
I would say it's a little graphic. You do see a fair amount of people commit suicide. I think if you like scary movies, you should watch it. And even if you don't like scary movies, because I'm very much like TJ in that I don't like scary movies, I enjoyed A Quiet Place, and I would equate it with A Quiet Place. If you liked A Quiet Place, I think you would like Bird Box. I think this one was even better, but it's about that level of scary and suspenseful.
Yeah, I also think that it is really pretty graphic. I mean, there are dead bodies, there are pools of blood, and there are people killing themselves. So it's really pretty graphic. I feel like if you're into horror movies and like suspense thriller movies, then this is really a movie for you that you'd probably enjoy. But if you hate that kind of stuff, then clearly, don't watch it, because it's scary.
one other thing
Suspenseful.
to notion, I'm trying to do this as least spoiler as I can. Somewhere near the beginning, there is someone who gets run over by a truck.
So, yes, and I would say that if you like horror movies, if you like thriller movies, really slasher films, but really much more suspenseful movies, you'll like this movie. Again, like Quiet Place, but this one is much more graphic in terms of the R rating. So that goes to the other question, and some have already answered this a little bit, but is this family appropriate? Are there graphic things that would be bad, language that would be bad? I think there's a lot of use of the F-bomb. There's definitely S-words. There's a lot of graphic violence. There's people that are killing themselves. There's blood all over the place. But I'd say a lot of that is probably in the first half of the movie, and then the second half is more suspenseful, scary. But it does go back and forth because of the flashback. So it is definitely not appropriate for children that are not allowed to see things where there's a lot of swearing or a lot of violence. It's not family appropriate in that way. So how many Bird Boxes would everybody give Bird Box out of 5, 5 being the best?
At least a 4.5 Bird Boxes.
Right?
I would give it a 5 boggers.
Okay. I would say it is a 4.5 Bird Boxes out of 5.
I think 4.5. 4.5.
I give it 5.
5 Bird Boxes?
5 Bird Boxes, that's fine.
So that's a review of Bird Box. We, again, all think that it was a really good movie. Again, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, you can get it there. We highly recommend it. Again, for people that are able to see and like those movies or able to see our movies, it's a good movie to go see. If you like this review, if you want to see more reviews, please click subscribe, click the notification button, like it,
Smash
share it with
the like
everybody.
button.
What?
If we can hit 50 no, we can hit 10 likes on this video, that'd be good.
Don't forget to watch all of our other reviews. We have links in the description and up a bonus right now.
That way or that way or this way or that way.
Probably that way.
Maybe. I think it's probably that way.
Maybe
Thanks, bye.
something